Listen, you ever been to Bob's? That's what people say. So you've been there.
Yep.
And with Bob's Place, what brings you to Bob's?
Great menu items.
Uh-huh.
Great happy hour specials.
Yep.
Great place to watch the game.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Great TVs.
Walks
They
of
have a
all
great
kinds are there. Yeah, everybody's there.
Awesome breakfast menu. Awesome breakfast omelets.
I'm a spinach omelet with a side of bacon at Bob's Place, and a Tito's Bloody Mary, especially on a Sunday, and that's what today is. And so you like omelets over there. It's a place to hang out. Everyone goes there. Usually the last pub in Avon to on last call to happen. But something that I found at Bob's Place, I got yelled at once at Bob's Place because I thought I was being helpful. I saw one of the clocks on the wall with the hands of the time, and it was off by like 15, 20 minutes. So I took it down, and I corrected the time. And then I got a text message blasting, "Don't ever do that again." Because that's how last call works. When the patrons see that 15, 20-minute difference, it allows people to get out of the establishment by 2 a.m. That's one for the books. But I have not been 86 from Bob's Place for that place.
Don't put your cup on the foosball table.
Don't put your cup on the foosball table. That's etiquette almost anywhere, but the foosball table, yeah. And so that's pub life. That's the local life. Oh, don't you want to go and check out Bob's Place? Well, let's help you get there. And you can do so if you're starting out in Vail, heading westbound along I-70. If you're heading there maybe for breakfast this morning, which sounds like a the temperature is holding enough that it's not necessarily wet roads anywhere in this commute from these cams that we're sharing with you. The Eisenhower Tunnel, Officers Gulch, East Vail, West Pass Summit, Vail Pass Summit there. But flat light exists out there on this drive this morning, and traffic seems to be picking up quite medium to heavies for the start of this morning, just before 8. But it will be westbound on I-70. Taking the Avon exit, and then by the second roundabout, make a right turn into the Avon station. You'll find Bob's Place there. Or if you need breakfast directions to anywhere else, give us a chat in our chat feature this morning, and we'll help you look at traffic to help you get there if you need to get there by means of commuting. Getting around the valley this morning, some events that are happening that you might want to get into. There's something known as the Stedman Clinic Vail Cup, kicking off in just 12 minutes. It's an opportunity for you to register your kids now for Ski and Snowboard Club Vail's complimentary Stedman Clinic Vail Cup. Entry-level snowboard competition series for children, year of birth 2007 and younger. You can find the details about getting registered for this, other than showing up at the location for this. Go to vailcup.com, where you can register in advance to compete in multiple snow sport events. And today it is the giant slalom, just like Michaela's performance. And then in March, by the 5th, you'll find the slope style and big mountain. And by the time the 25th of March happens, you'll find the giant slalom finals going on. That's a lot of cool stuff. Getting you out and about at a very young age with activities and competitions. You never know who these kids may grow up to be someday in this very same sport. But in the ski and snow sport industry, there is also other activities to get into. The other aspect of that is getting out and après-ing. And over at Vail, there's a place that you can go known as Mountain Standard. And Meredith and Rachel took us there. Let's take a look. Mountain Standard is located right near International Bridge along Gore Creek over there. They're also co-owned by Sweet Basil, and they're known for their oven-fired chicken and amazing cocktails over there. And here's a look right now. Oh, wow. It looks like Rachel is doing the bone marrow. It looks like that could be very much an appetizer.
Yeah.
And they have martinis there, too. So let's see. Did you learn what martinis they have? They look like lemon drop martinis.
They do.
Oh.
House. Oh, wow.
And that guy doesn't look like Meredith at all.
Shooting.
What a sweet atmosphere right there. And as you can see, it's a very celebratory atmosphere. People are having a great time. And these two are very much having a great time. Yep. So you can find Mountain Standard over at Vail Village, just beneath Sweet Basil over there. Off of the Gore Creek, and a lot of sculpture and art through there. But if you hear the ruckus in the crowd, then you found Mountain Standard, and I believe they last summer built an outdoor bar. But yeah, amazing food, amazing cocktails and drinks, amazing flair, unique spin and twist on food, but done by, as you see the stacks of wood back there, uh, open wood fire. Fantastic place over there. Discover Mountain Standard today. All right, what we're going to do is take a short break. We'll be right back to let you know more about what's happening in Beaver Creek.
He made his big break on America's Got Talent, had a Vegas residency, and has been busy touring ever since. So we're thrilled to bring him on the show today.
Oh,
Hello.
it's me, the Dragon.
You look fantastic today.
I'm sitting in my office where I do all of my important Dragon business from, like purchasing stuffed toy Mr. Piffles to sell for an obscene markup. We do that and other Dragon-related business. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so excited to learn more about you. So, you made your first big break on America's Got Talent. How was that experience?
Well, what happened is I moved to America in 2013 to live in Las Vegas and to be part of this big show, and I was a small part of it. So I do the show, and I love being in Las Vegas. I meet all the Las Vegas celebrities, like I get friends with people like Penn and Teller and David Copperfield and Shania Twain and Carrot Top. And then 7 months later, boom, the show closes. And remember, I'm only a small part in it. So then I was like, no problem. I'll just get another show. I couldn't get a job for a year. So I was like, okay, guys, things are looking bad. I thought, how can I become really famous very quickly? And I was like, I got it. I'm going to go on America's Got Talent, get all the way to finals, and go down in flames.
And that's exactly what you did.
Exactly right.
How was it being on TV? Was that one of your first times being on live television?
No, I done like some TV in the UK, my homeland, before I fled the country, and it was nice though because it was a lot of it was at Radio City Music Hall, and it was people with like Howard Stern, Heidi Klum, Howie Mandel. So it was great getting to meet those people and getting to know them a bit.
Yeah, I'm sure you captured their hearts like you did with America. And then you went on to then return to Vegas and get some kind of residency. So what did that look like afterwards?
Well, here's the thing. Terry Fator, who is like the biggest success story of America's Got Talent, he had a show in Las Vegas called Terry Fator, and the topic said the winner of America's Got Talent. And I was like, if I do this show and I get to the finals, enough people will know who I am that I can have my own show, except my show would be Piff the Magic Dragon, the loser of America's Got Talent. So the very next day after America's Got Talent, I got a phone call and the Flamingo were like, hey, Piff, how would you like your own show? I was like, I'm in. And I've got the perfect billboard.
Well, it sounded like you manifested exactly what you wanted. So, did your act change?
Very good work.
Yes. So, did your act change from America's Got Talent? Like, what originated the first show and how has it kind of evolved over the years?
Well, America's Got Talent, a lot of the stuff I did on that was the material I did in the UK. And then when we started doing our own Vegas show, obviously we made new tricks and then when the pandemic hit, we didn't have anything to do for 6 months. So we made 2 brand new shows. We made one in Las Vegas. We took over the main showroom. Originally, it was Donnie and Marie for 11 years. They finished. Piff the Magic Dragon moved in. I have Marie Osmond's old dressing room, including her steam shower. Let me tell you, that is a luxury. Then we also made another show so that when we come on tour, people can see different tricks. So if you see the show in Vegas, then you see it on tour, you see different tricks. If you see it on tour and you come to Vegas, you see different things. So what we're bringing to Villar is all new jokes, all new tricks, same Mr. Piffles.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot up your sleeve. I was hoping that people were going to expect some new jokes and, some new tricks at the Villar show. So I'm sure they have a lot to look forward to. And I know that you have some collaborators. Tell us about some of the
Yeah.
people that we can maybe expect. Maybe they're not even people.
I'll give you an example. Yeah, behind me there is a poster for Mr. Pibbles, the dog who knows. He will be at the show performing his mind reading act when he tells the audience the past, the present, and the future. He like gives that information to the audience. And just earlier on this morning, he actually gave me some information right here. Now this, Meredith, is a deck of playing cards, and one of the playing cards, Mr. Piffles, told me to turn face down. Just one though. You're
Okay.
going to name it.
I'm going to
What is it?
name
Now,
it.
don't choose any, like the Ace of Spades or the Queen of Hearts. What card do you believe that Mr. Piffles said that you would say right now?
Any card.
It could be any card, Meredith, and that's what's going to haunt you late at night. You understand? That's what's going to really hurt about this, because you're going to be thinking, "What if I taken another card?" So this is the moment. Change your mind over and over and over again.
Okay. Should I
What
say
card is
it?
it?
Should I say it?
Yes.
The
Yes.
Queen of Hearts.
Now, remember I said don't choose something like the Queen of Hearts.
Oh, okay,
Remember I
okay.
said that?
Yes, right, right.
You can have the Queen of Hearts.
I'm so
You can have
nervous.
it. If you want to stick on that. Maybe I was just saying that to throw you off the scent.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm going to give you one chance to change your mind because I did specifically say the Queen of Hearts.
Okay.
So, Meredith, would you like to stay with the Queen of Hearts or change it?
I will change it. The five, spade.
You're on the Five of Spades.
Yes.
And that feels like a free choice, right?
Right, right.
It feels like there's no way that Mr. Piffles could have possibly known that you would choose one card and one card alone. And that was the card that he told me to reverse in the deck. Look, every single other card the same way round, except for one single card that Mr. specifically told me you could choose, and you could change your mind as many times as you like.
Oh my
But
goodness.
you didn't, Meredith. You didn't. The dog won. The dog won after all. He is victorious. He is the dog who knows. And if you want to see a mind reading magic performing chihuahua, then Villar Performing Arts Center or Las Vegas is the only place to see it.
Wow. Well, people, get your tickets. I have to attend this show now. I'm sweating from that. That is some true magic there. All right, Piff the Magic Dragon. Now it's time for some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. If you weren't a dragon, what kind of animal would you be?
Dinosaur.
Great. What's the best piece of dragon advice you've ever received?
Get the money. Make sure you get the money. Always make sure you get the money.
Love it. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Flight. Magic dragons don't fly. Regular dragons zoom all over the place. I'm very jealous. I have to take Delta.
Fantastic. I know my superpower would be teleportation.
That would be a good one. No, wait, I want your one. I want your I'm changing teleportation.
Teleportation it is. And that was Piff the Magic Dragon, who will be taking the stage at the Villar Performing Arts Center February 19th, a show at 4:30 for kids and all ages, and then another one to follow at 7:30 for 18 and older. You can purchase tickets online at villarpac.org.
All right, so that is Pip the Magic Dragon. You can catch tonight on stage at the Villar in Beaver Creek. Log on to villarpac.org to check your tickets availability. I don't know how they made that magic trick work with the card, but that was pretty impressive to see. It's 4:30 all ages. 7:30 is the late show, which is recommended for ages 18 and up. And as you can see, he took to the stage, America's Got Talent, to get his name out there. According to different sources, like David Copperfield, magician, Pip is the best, a true original. According to Howard Stern, the king of all media, He says, a phenomenal talent, according to Forbes, charming, hilarious. And Penn and Teller says, Piff the Magic Dragon, a stunningly good magician. You can also check online, make a phone call to find out more about the tickets, 970-845-TIXS. And Mr. Piffles, the world's only magic performing Chihuahua. I didn't realize that was the breed of the little dog that I saw in there. I was looking at it. I got the name. I didn't realize it was a Chihuahua. Yeah, did you know that? Okay, thanks for letting us know in advance. The show is live, and again, that is tonight, that segment you saw with Meredith and that magician, Piff the Magic Dragon. Are we going into break right now? Is that what you said?
We can do the speedboard player, or we can go to commercial tonight.
We're going to go to break, and we'll be right back.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery stands for providing the highest quality care to our unique patient population here in the mountains.
I think that what makes us unique is that we really are practicing groundbreaking techniques, yet, we practice it in a small town environment. Our patients are our neighbors, and our kids go to school with their kids.
I think every one of our docs treat their patients like their family. Our goal is to keep you active, doing the things you want to do, and we'll map out a road to success to get you there.
Love is in the air at the outlets at Castle Rock and Silverthorne. And we are going to wow you with some of the fabulous looks that we have to share with you today from J. Crew and Adidas. Let's take a look. Here's Rachel in J. Crew. I love her navy preppy blazer with striped lining, striped pink tee, amazing white jeans, white sneakers, and gorgeous pink ribbon earrings. With her savings card booklet, it'll be $197, saving $316. Here's Enza in J. Crew Kids with her denim jean jacket, her heart filigree tee, sweetheart leggings, heart necklace, and her white slip-on tennis shoes. Whole outfit of $101 with her savings card booklet. Wow, Liv, you look amazing in J. Crew sportswear line. From her fabulous striped button top, pink leggings, fleece jacket, pearlized headband, fingerless gloves, and her amazing tennis shoes with the pink and copper colors, all from the internet return. Her outfit, $145 outlet, fabulous. Kate is in Adidas in her pink hoodie, pastel leggings, black tote, and her white and pink running shoes. Her whole outfit would come to $138. Okay, Rachel, you look fabulous in your amazing full-length bubble coat from Guess. You've got your fabulous hoodie with the faux fur, and look at those adorable pearl gold shades. Whole outfit with the shades, $138. Here's Kate in Adidas with this black cropped jacket, $42. It's 40% off of their jackets. Here's Liv. She's in Guess in the most amazing puffer jacket with fleece detailing inside the hood. Love the black belt and the sunglasses. Jacket reduced to $65. And her shades are only $45 from $90. Love is in the air at the outlets at Castle Rock and Silverthorne. And just a reminder, be sure and pick up your savings card booklet at the outlets at Castle Rock in the food court at customer service, and the outlets at Silverthorne at the Colorado Welcome Center. Love is in the air, and so are the discounts that you're going to find in the savings book. See you soon.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. How are you watching us this morning? Are you watching us on YouTube? Are you watching us on Facebook? Hit the like button, subscribe. That's the way to get to us. And then the chat box is right there. You can help us with the content this morning. Maybe you discovered something that others should know. You could kind of send leads our way. Yeah, this is a live show, which includes you. You are Vail Valley Live as well. Now, where are you planning on going today? Are you heading to Beaver Creek? We shared with you a little bit about Vail, dining and activities and access points right off of this property, the Grand Hyatt Vail, as far as getting onto the mountain. How about Beaver Creek? As you saw in that last segment with Meredith at the Villar, we've got Piff the Magic Dragon on stage. But every day, all day, throughout the day at Beaver Creek, there's something going on. And something is already in your calendar of events when you head to Beaver Creek as well. And that's scoring those chocolate chip cookies by 3 o'clock. But let's see what else is going on to get your appetite going before those cookies over in Beaver Creek. And so what do we have over there? As you know, on Thursdays, Thursday night fireworks, as also known as Thursday Night Lights. You don't want to miss out on that. But logging on to beavercreek.com, there's a tab that lets you know about other things that are happening, like this one. There's a Vail Mountain winter uphill happening today on Beaver Creek Mountain. And $25 to get registered for this. if you're $25 to $50 to get registered for this event. And it is an annual uphill race that is returning with tackling 2,200 vertical feet of groomed trails to reach the top of the mountain. Yes, so don't miss out on your opportunity to jump in on something like this. But that's a Vail Mountain event, actually. That's not Beaver Creek, as I look at that screen. But Beaver Creek, today is the last public first tracks happening for the season. And early in the morning, for those that register for first tracks, it's the access point of those individuals to get on top of the mountain and take out some of the terrain and the groomed before the mountains opens for business at 8:30. So logging on beavercreek.com, you can find out more about the last first tracks and this event so that you can get prepared for it upcoming. One of the many cool things to do. I was asked yesterday, Anthony, went to Agave, which is over by the bear lot of Beaver Creek. RJ was behind the bar, and he's like, Ty, because there were guests at the bar, is there outdoor patio seating in Beaver Creek where someone can enjoy a beer and sit outside? And I said, yes. And Sea Bar, that's one of the locations, as well as the Chop House. If you're looking for outdoor seating next to the snow, near the snow to enjoy it, 8100 is also one of those locations in Beaver Creek to enjoy outdoor seating near the ice rink if you wanted to sit outside, enjoy the day, and take in the views of the resorts and go at a different pace. I know Golden Eagle has outdoor seating, as well as Hooked next door. And Hooked has an outdoor walk-up bar. You can get your sushi there and some cocktails and just kind of still be a part of the plaza and all of the scenery in Beaver Creek. And then let's see, there's also the Dusty Boot, has a little bit of outdoor seating, and Blue Moose Pizza. John, good morning to you. Whoa.
Yes.
But the service here at the Grand Hyatt, thank you very much. This is very kind.
That's our Grand Hyatt plug right there.
You can enjoy the service and the experience at the Grand Hyatt. That's not Beaver Creek, that's Vail. What a surprise to bring this in. But yeah, breakfast is served. If you're hanging out here with us, what a surprise. They have the Gessner restaurant, and you can enjoy their breakfast buffet in the morning and everything that you expect from pastries to a trough of bacon and even breakfast customized your way. You can find that here at the Gessner. Thank you very much, John. You just kind of came in here and just threw that down for us. Oh, man, can you smell that bacon over there?
It smells amazing.
Speaking of bacon, and where can you find breakfast in the morning in Beaver Creek? If you're there, you are watching the show from there. Don't push effort into finding a spot. Head on over to the Beaver Creek Lodge. You'll find Alpine and Antlers there right by the bus stop. Again, I'm talking Beaver Creek. Enjoy their breakfast, and I believe they open at 7 a.m. if you're looking for another type of breakfast buffet on the snow, somewhat, or facing the snow near the learning area gondola. There's 8100. They're serving breakfast up early in the morning there. And if you want a walk-up pastry, grab a cup of coffee approach to things, make your way towards the escalators, and you'll find Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea serving you breakfast there. Next, Chair 12, Strawberry Park. Just to list a few, someone's writing this down. Make your way into the Osprey. I've been in there for breakfast before, and Bloody Mary or wine. We actually did a segment there once. In the summer, a few places to consider in Beaver Creek, just walking distance, or especially take that walk to just quickly find breakfast in the morning in Beaver Creek. So again, Tiny Antlers, Osprey, 8100, and as a mentioned, Vail Coffee and Tea, and then there's also Rimini. Ways to do that. And if you're a local, how about being a young actor? And there's one that we have as a showcase, and who's also part of the Ski and Snowboard Club of Vail and snowboard.org athlete. Today, looking at this, and again, from Edwards, a snowboarder, amazing form and style, and part of a local program, but also making a little bit of a outside TV debut with a video. This is Ryan Weckendorfer. And I'm sure he would appreciate you becoming his fan by following him on Instagram. But let's check out his video on Outside TV known as Sense. See what his style, what he has to say, and his life is all about.
My name is Ryan Walkendorfer. Most of my career I've been competing in half-pipe snowboarding. So I've been on the pro circuit since 2014, and then just recently just been exploring some different parts of snowboarding, showcasing my snowboarding in a different light outside of the half pipe. Alright, so Corbett's Couloir is a drop at the top of Jackson Hole Mountain Resort. You can see it when you're going up the tram, and then basically right as you get off the tram, it's just a big couloir at the top of the resort. Kind of gets built up with the wind over the season, piles up into the snow and into the landing, and it's basically one chute with the start, and then it kind of curtains out and gets a little wider towards the end. Kings and Queens of Corbett's is an event that happens at Jackson Hole. They bring in the best skiers and snowboarders from around the world. And basically, what's unique about the event is ski snowboarders compete together. It's all athlete judged. So we do the event, and then everybody goes back, watches the footage, and then votes for whoever they think is the king. I decided to go to Corbett's, and it was my first time ever at Jackson Hole Mountain before in person. The way that Kings and Queens is formatted, everybody for the course of a week, and whenever the conditions look the best, so it could be the second day we're there, fourth day. I think this past year when we were there it was the 6th day. But days 1 and 2 when we were looking, it was a sheet of ice, and actually someone dropped their phone off the top, slid all the way through the finish line. They closed the venue 3 weeks beforehand that we'll get a couple big storms and the landing and the run will fill in and it'll be untouched, 2 feet of powder. There was no snow before the event. I don't think it had snowed once since they closed. So I had been there for almost a week just looking at this thing. We hadn't been able to drop in. No one's allowed to ride the venue before the event. So you can kind of actually dropping off the top. But yeah, standing at the top of that thing for the first time, knowing that I was about to not only drop into it for the first time, but drop into it, you know, with the intention of snowboarding to the best of my ability, was definitely, you know, a pretty keen experience.
Man, he pair up terrain parks like it's nobody's business, and he loves filming in the backcountry. So he's just all-rounded athlete that loves snowboarding. Here he is dropping in.
Yeah, so I'm standing at the top of Kings and Queens. I'm in the start gate, the TV, and then, you know, they say, all right, Ryan, you're good to go. You're good to drop in. Queued up my music. I took a deep breath. I was like, okay, you got this. And I'm coming up to the lip of the cornice, and you can't see anything, basically. You can't see the landing. Looking at the lip, and then the town of Jackson Hole, basically. Like, I'm trying to manage my speed coming into it. I go in and drop into that first off the cornice, and did a back 3, kind of came landing and landing with, you know, way more speed than I even expected.
Backside 3 and hanging on to the landing.
We were able to hit in practice the days before, but only starting from the bottom of the couloir. So, you know, in practice, you're starting, hitting the jump, feeling out the speed. You know exactly how fast to go. You know what the takeoff's going to feel like. And then pretty much that all goes out the window when you're dropping in from the top. You have all the speed coming in. You're trying to watch the wind. You're trying to manage your speed. You're trying to, you know, make sure you're on the right line, and then also think about the trick that you have coming up.
Beautiful frontside 3, frontside grab off of that deceptively small kicker. Those things are way bigger than they may look from a distance. And Ryan coming into the final jump here. Double backy with absolutely no problem.
I was trying to ditch speed coming out of the couloir. Your adrenaline's going like crazy, and then coming off the lip, I threw the double backflip, came around, got it to my, and just like, you know, was a sigh of relief coming through that finish line. It was pretty amazing. I mean, the whole week was just a great experience. I had put together a whole run top, which I was very proud of. I did the double backflip at the bottom. You know, I think just how overall landed run, staying on my feet, played a huge advantage. I knew I was in a pretty good spot, but you know, I didn't really even expect to be in the top 5. And then when they called out 4th place, I was just like, you know, to be ranked in that result amongst your peers and amongst people that you respect and look up to, and you know, people that have competed in Corbett's before, and you know, just topped off that whole experience with such a great time.
We believe in the power of a live performance. We believe in making memories together. Join us as we celebrate 25 years of making moments that last a lifetime. Bringing concerts, comedy, Broadway, classical, dance, and family entertainment in the heart of the Rocky Mountains in Beaver Creek Village. View the full lineup and get tickets today at villarpack.org.
Moet Vending for life's spontaneous, festive moments. Celebrate at the Grand Hyatt Vail.
Welcome to Nap Harvest. We are showcasing healthy habits, and you can start right feeding your family healthy organic vegetables and fruits that are seasonal and local. They're all the way from Arizona with our wonderful citrus fruits that we sneak across the border for. But don't forget mushrooms, grown at 9,000 feet. Mushrooms are chock full of benefits to you. And then also the microgreens, also chock full of vitamins. Come see us at Nap Harvest in Eagle Ranch on Sylvan Lake Road next to Color Coffee. We're open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 4.
Luxury Resort in Vail.
You are watching Vail Valley Live. Ty Diaz here with you, giving you a look at your weather, brought to you by the Grand Hyatt at Vail. That's the studio location of this show. 1300 West Haven Drive. That's the address over in Vail if you're looking to find this property for many reasons. Lodging, you have friends coming to town, great deals any time of the year to be on this property at a particular price point. Access to fitness, access in the wintertime to chairlift number 20, also known as the Cascade Chair on Vail Mountain, bringing you to some blue terrain, green terrain, just off of the prior, bringing you perhaps, I would say, the most non-crowded on the busiest day to get onto the slopes would be accessing it via this property right here. Is that a best-kept secret? What? It was? Because Chair 6 used to be also a best-kept secret chair, but now people need to know. But that's all part of the game plan. It's called spreading out when you're out there, and you can do that here too. Poolside, creekside on this property, and sometimes they even host something known as Yappy Hour when you have your pets. And for the start of the morning, John, the general manager, came in, and as you can tell, Anthony and I have already made moves on their breakfast, their bacon this morning, as well as some of these pastries that you can find for breakfast if you're looking to do so at the Gessner Restaurant. I had received a text message from a friend of mine yesterday, Michelle Sanders. I used to work with her in television years ago. She's sales and marketing, and she sent me a message saying, "Ty, where do you think we should go that could seat 12 people for dinner, or today actually?" And I told her, "How about the Gessner here at the Grand Hyatt?" And they also have pop-up sushi known as Yoshimi, I believe, if I'm not on the property's website. Discover your dining options here and everything that you can. That some of the staff here enjoy this property and doing dining here in some of our videos. But we're going to take the opportunity right now to give you a look at the weather, brought to you by the Grand Hyatt at Vail. And noticing at the bottom of the screen, we call that the crawl, letting you know the names of the runs that are groomed on Vail Mountain, anywhere from Vail Village, Lion's Head, over to Golden Peak. You'll find Pear Tree, groomed today. You'll find Riva Ridge, one of the longest runs on Vail Mountain. It's most challenging, one of them. Middle point of Vail, groomed today. You'll find the Game Creek Bowl, groomed today, as well as Lost Boy. Amazing story where that name came from, Lost Boy. Poker Flats, and 10% Road, Dealer's Choice, just to list a few. Now that you're thinking about that, even out in Blue Sky Basin, Cloud 9, Kelly's Toll Road, what's the weather going to do if you're making to any of these locations today? Well, starting the morning off in the teens, flat light, choosing your lens wisely, and snow in the forecast today as we're looking for high temperatures making their way into the mid-20s. 1 to 3 inches possible is what they're calling for. But this week, both Vail and Beaver Creek Mountain looking in of by the midweek of a snow chance. We're looking at 10 inches. I don't think we've had a week, Anthony, this season without snow at least 2-3 days, either midweek picking up that or on the weekends. And we've definitely seen our fair share of sun, which is definitely able to, just to kind of boost the self-esteem more, but snow brings that too. It's been an amazing season. And as we look at the next couple of days, tomorrow, low temperatures in the teens, highs in the low 30s, mid-30s by the time Wednesday gets here, but 1 to 2 inches possible for your Monday, President's Day. Tuesday, we're looking at what's snow chance there. An inch possible, maybe 2 overnight. For snowfall by the time Wednesday gets here. Single digits overnight lows. Temperatures in the 30s holding, dipping Thursday temperature-wise. But there's your 1 to 3, 1 to 2 daytime, nighttime chance, as you can see there. And then throughout the week, and continue to keep snow in the forecast as we roll into the weekend. Fantastic right there. But there's your chances right there, 10 inches possible for this upcoming week, the final full week of February. Beaver Creek and Vail. 8 inches possible coming up this final full week of February over there. Yeah, that's where you see where we are. The month is moving by. How fast has would you say, Anthony, February has flown by for you at all?
It's going to go faster than that bacon.
Oh yeah? Isn't tomorrow Fat Tuesday? Speaking of bacon.
Time to go to New Orleans.
Is it time? Because Vail normally has something going on. I haven't seen any media about that yet. But what I have found is conversation about an upcoming event over in Beaver Creek. This one's been going on for the longest time on Beaver Creek Mountain, known as the Locals Race. But it is the Talons Challenge, an opportunity for those to return and get after it once again, tackling 26,000 vertical feet of black diamond. Double black diamond runs, and you can do this yourself if you want to be a part of this competition. The Talents Challenge is an annual event held in Beaver Creek where over 1,000 participants ski 14 of Beaver Creek's toughest runs, black diamond, double black diamond runs. Participants can register themselves by completing either Saturday or Sunday. And some people actually have done this terrain or this competition twice in a single day. Those people will really know what they're going after. But this is either a Saturday or Sunday competition where your name gets on the wall. There's also an after party that goes on over there. You can register both days. Registration includes lunch, a beverage, swag bag, which means the gift bag of all the cool things and promotional material. Each registrant will also receive a QR code to the app for this event to assist in completing the challenge, because you want to know where to go so you can create your best approach of approaching chairs 9, 10, and 11, and all 14 of these most challenging black diamond, double black diamond runs on Beaver Creek Mountain. Does this sound like fun? And Anthony, have you done something like this before? I've never done this, and I don't think I'm in the knees and lower back shape anymore for this. Maybe.
My ski's back before I can go uphill again.
Okay, so right, yeah. So Beaver Creek Mountain is really good about lost and founds. Thank you for reminding me about that, Anthony. If you leave your skis on a rack in Beaver Creek and you walk into a pub to kind of sing and dance and have your day, and you come back out and your skis are not on or your snowboard on the rack nearby anymore. Usually about 5:30, 6 o'clock, the mountain safety people kind of go around and pull all the skis off of the rack, and they can be found usually at Lost and Found, which I think at this point would be held at the main gate if it's the larger equipment, the main entrance to Beaver Creek. But there is a Lost and Found in Beaver Creek for you to find your gear. The reason why this is mentioned is because, well, Anthony went in and did a little opera yesterday in Beaver Creek after skiing for the day, came out, and your gear wasn't there any longer. And I'm glad you brought that up to let you know and to let you know where it could be found with Lost and Found. They'll tell you where to go. Now, if you're planning on getting out on the mountain and you're wondering what to wear, Trisha always seems to have the outfits. We know from costumes any time of year and outfits on what to wear. And she's going to let us know what to wear when we're out there. For me, I just saw some people walk by, and so they have their helmets on. They have their goggles on their helmets, prepared for that. As for my what to wear, I tend to wear a balaclava to protect my face against the winds. And of course, remembering to bring your gloves and the right layers for different types of winter conditions, be it colder or spring. And also checking your gear to make sure that it's solid and ready to go. Wear your pole, wear your ski passes, that sort of thing. But then also getting dressed for afterwards. When you put your ski gear on the rack and you go inside, having that level of skis and that designer winter look. But Trisha Swenson's going to give us some tips on what to wear. Let's take a look.
Everyone, I'm Trisha Swenson with Vail Valley Live, and we're here in my closet giving you some tips on what to and what not to wear out on the slopes. Let's start with the basics. Base layers. I got for you, cotton kills. So that favorite comfy sweatshirt you lounge around in a home is not going to wick away the moisture. It's going to keep you cold and clammy all day long. You'll want to go with fabrics that'll wick moisture away from your body so you'll stay warm and dry. Try brands like Smartwool, Icebreaker, Helly Hansen, Crimson Clover. Look for something that is antimicrobial too, which means that it takes care of the smell, which also translates into happier noses around you and less time doing laundry. Now that we're in the base layers, next up is your insulating layer. And this will depend on just how warm it is going to be that day. You might want a fleece like this one from Spider with a quarter neck zip. You may want a sweater from Smartwool, or you may want a fun little decorative piece like this one from Crimson Clover with the little gal on here. Whatever you choose, think about what you're going to be doing that day. If you're going to be just cruising, layer up. If you're doing moguls or skiing really hard, riding really hard, shed a layer. Up next, outer layers, and this is your ski or snowboard jacket, the pants to go with it, and it really depends on what the weather's going to be like that day. On a warmer day, I will probably go with more of a shell. A soft shell will be perfect, like this one from Dynafit. Or if it's a little bit cooler, I like insulated pants like this one and a down jacket, and this is from Skea. But if you are wearing down, I'll sometimes combine that with a windstopper layer, because sometimes the down doesn't stop the wind. So this is a good one from Mountain Hardwear with windstopper on it, and probably anything from Gore is going to work too. But we cannot forget about the most important part. This is your feet. You do not need to wear 2 socks. Just one pair of thin socks is what works best. There are lots of great brands out there these days, like Smartwool, Fit, Darn Tough, Wigwam, that are thin and made out of moisture-wicking fabric and are antimicrobial. So once again, you won't stink. Gloves or mittens? It's really just personal preference. But whatever you do, I would invest in a good pair of gloves that maybe have some Gore-Tex in them, because you don't realize how much your hands sweat, and that perspiration needs to work its way out of the glove or the mitten. And Gore-Tex does a great job of keeping the elements, maybe the snow, the rain, out while letting your perspiration escape. And if your hands get really cold, maybe just get a pair of these. These are hand warmers that'll fit in your gloves and mittens. And if you really suffer from cold hands, invest in some heated gloves. Want to stay warm on the really cold days? Here's what you need. A balaclava, not baklava. That's the layered pastry dessert from the Ottoman Empire. You're going to want this. This is part neck gaiter, part hat, and it's thin enough that it fits below the helmet. Now, if you've got your hat that's chunky threads, it's got a palm on it, all that kind of stuff, your helmet is not going to fit properly. So you want to make sure that you have something thin underneath the helmet. And speaking of helmets, this is not a graduation cap, so it doesn't fit back here. You want it to fit right above the eyebrows, and then cinch it up. Make sure you're strapped in, ready to go. Now that you have your helmet, you got to think about the goggles. And you want a goggle that's going to fit nice and snug up to the brim of the helmet. You don't want that gaper gap right between your forehead, gets that ice cream headache. So if you're buying one or the other, bring your helmet into the goggle shop or your goggles into the helmet shop, so you make sure they fit together. And when you are buying goggles, get a pair that has the exchangeable lenses. This comes with a dark lens for the sunny days and a light lens for the cloudy days. Really easy to exchange that on the fly. And finally, pack a hat in the backpack or your pocket because we all know you're gonna get helmet hair. So try this one. Cute one with a nice palm from Ski Girl. You ready? I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, so giving you a look at the weather right now for your Sunday Fun Day President's Weekend, the 19th of February, and there's snow in the forecast for today. And I often mention a snow dance, anything. Just if you're dancing, call it a snow dance, because what we're doing is we're trying to get that snow in here, and there's no doubt that we've received snow this season, so it's not that we need any extra help. But the snow dance, we also want to borrow your moves. But we're calling for 2 inches possible today, both Vail and Beaver Creek Mountain, an inch possible tomorrow. And ultimately, doing the math, they're saying this week we could pull off 10 inches of new, fresh Mother Nature snow at Beaver Creek, 8 possible over at Vail. Giving you a look at this weather is brought to you by the outlets of Silverthorne, and also looking at the time. It's your turn, my turn, as well as the families that are walking by right now over at the Grand Hyatt at Vail, making their way to Chair 20 to hit the snow and get in those lessons and get those turns in for the day. We thank you very much for watching Vail Valley Live. We'll see you here tomorrow morning at 7:30. Until then, enjoy today.